On the month of February, in the year of our Lord 1480, Ferdinand Magellan, more popularly known as Ferdinand Magellan, was born in Portugal to the Portuguese nobilities, Roy de Magalhães and Alda de Mesquita. At an early age, he became parentless and served as a page boy with his brother Diogo to the Portugal Queen Leonor, wife of King John II. Due to him being a page boy, young Magellan was encouraged to study courses like mathematics, astronomy, celestial navigation, and cartography at Queen Leonor's School of Pages in Lisbon. These studies would later be of great assistance to him. Magellan's fascination with maritime discovery began while he was at the court of Queen Leonor. Exposure to the stories of fierce competition during the 15th century between Portugal and Spain for sea conquest and control of the spice trade in the East Indies, mainly the Spice Islands, which are now in modern Indonesia, sparked his interest. Later, this interest would develop into more than just a fascination because it would turn into his passion, career, and the reason for his demise. In 1505, at the age of 25, Magellan joined Francisco de Almeida's fleet. Their mission was to assess the Moro sea strength and to establish a Portuguese presence in the Indian Ocean. He set off with Nuno Vaz Pereira in November 1506 for Sofala, where the Portuguese had built a fort on the coast of Mozambique. He took part in the battle in New Western India in 1509 between the Portuguese and the Gujarati Egyptian coalition. Magellan helped conquer Portuguese Goa in 1510 and Malacca in Malaysia in 1511. He returned to Portugal by ship in 1513 and joined the expeditionary force that assaulted Azemmour in Morocco. He sustained a severe knee wound at this location, resulting in a lifelong limp. Magellan changed his allegiance after being repeatedly turned down by King Manuel I of Portugal when he requested assistance for a westward expedition to the Spice Islands. Magellan gave up his Portuguese citizenship and moved to Spain in 1517 to seek royal support there. When Magellan arrived in Seville in October 1517, he had no connections and spoke little Spanish. He adopted the new version of his name, Fernando de Magallanes. He soon met another transplanted Portuguese named Diogo Barbosa, and within a year, he had married Barbosa's daughter, Beatriz, gave birth to their son Rodrigo a year later. The well-connected Barbosa family introduced Magellan to officers from Spain's maritime exploration, and soon Magellan secured an appointment to meet the King of Spain. Magellan traveled to the court in Valladolid with Portuguese cosmographer Roy Faleiro and offered King Charles I their services. To demonstrate in practice their assertion that the Spice Islands were west of the line of demarcation, that is, inside the Spanish, not the Portuguese hemisphere. Magellan and Faleiro proposed to sail west. Their proposal was granted royal approval on March 22, 1580. The Armada de Moluccas departed on August 10, 1519. Magellan said goodbye to his wife and little boy, neither of whom he would ever see again. Magellan commanded Trinidad, the lead ship. The four accompanying ships were the San Antonio, Concepcion, Victoria, and Santiago. Only one ship, the Victoria, and only 18 of the 272 crew members who had initially set out with the fleet would make it back across the Pacific 3 years later due to the length and difficulty of the expedition. The natives continued to pursue us, and picking up the same spear 4 or 6 times, hurled it at us again and again. Recognizing the captain, so many turned upon him that they knocked his helmet off his head twice, but he always stood firmly like a good knight, together with some others. Thus, we fight for more than 1 hour, refusing to retire further. An Indian hurled a bamboo spear into the captain's face, but the latter immediately killed him with his lance, which he left in the Indian's body. Then, trying to lay hand on the sword, he could draw it out, but halfway he had been wounded in the arm with a bamboo spear. When the natives saw that, they all hurled themselves upon him. One of them wounded him in the left leg with a large cutlass, which resembles a scimitar, only larger, that caused the captain to fall face downward, when immediately they rushed upon him with iron and bamboo spears, and with their cutlasses, until they killed our mirror, our light, our comfort, and our true guide.